Okay, today I want to look at yet again why the ABC should be defunded. We've got false narratives, activism, and remember, manufactured scandals. I'm Jay Fallon, and this is the Slippery Slope podcast.
Got my eyes straight ahead, got my head in the game. With the red light on, I'm just waiting for the change. Keep my head down low.
So, today we're going to be talking about the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, the ABC. This is time, I believe, to seriously consider defunding the taxpayer funded institution. This isn't about politics. This isn't about left versus right. This is about truth. It's about accountability and the role of a national broadcaster that has repeatedly abandoned its responsibility to the Australian public. And the latest controversies, you've got Gina Rinehart, uh, what they've said about her, the narratives that they've pushed regarding Gina Rinehart. And then you've also got, remember, the manufactured gunshot scandal that happened a while ago. These prove once again that the ABC is no longer a neutral broadcaster. It is an activist organization pushing narratives and not facts. So, in the last couple of weeks, the ABC has been forced to remove two separate pieces involving Gina Rinehart because they contained false claims. And yet, due diligence wasn't done before they broadcast these episodes. No. So we had the first one was this episode called Race Around the World. Reinhardt has put the ABC on notice over an episode that misrepresents her and pushed a narrative that it's just absolutely disgusting. And it's the narrative is pushed as though it's some kind of comedy, and it's just outrageous what they've done, what they've said. Uh, then you've got this wage claim incident. It was the second failure. A Victorian socialist candidate who, I'll put a picture up here, is only 18 years old. She's a socialist candidate. An 18-year-old shouldn't be a candidate, okay? And 18-year-olds are, what are you, just too immature, way too immature, and only an 18-year-old, I shouldn't say only an 18-year-old, plenty of older people think this as well, but an 18-year-old who's a socialist, well, there's no surprise there really. But a Victorian socialist candidate, she's 18, went on the ABC radio and claimed, without, not just without evidence, but when you read the when you read the context of the article that she was talking about and what Gina Rinehart actually said, it's completely false. So she's gone on without this evidence and said that Gina Rinehart wants Australians to work for $2 a day. Completely false. Completely false. Um, it's taken completely out of context. The issue is the ABC host did not challenge it at all, didn't ask for evidence, didn't correct the socialist, the 18-year-old socialist, didn't correct them. So they aired it, then they quietly removed it days later. That's not journalism, that is activism. Then remember the gunshot scandal that happened a while ago. Um, I think the Reinhardt incidents, they really pale in comparison when you think of this disgraceful scandal. The ABC added fake gunshot sounds to military footage to make an Australian soldier look like he was firing unnecessarily. I don't know why you would do that, why any sensible person would do that. So let it sink in for a second. That's not a mistake. It's not a misunderstanding. This is a deliberate audio manipulation designed to create a false narrative, a false impression of misconduct. And the footage originally contained, I believe it contained no gunshots. The ABC added them in post production. So why? You could, the only answer was to weave a narrative, to imply wrongdoing, to push a story that fit their ideological agenda. This is fabrication. It's deception and it's propaganda. And it was done by a taxpayer funded broadcaster. If a private media company did this, they'd be sued into oblivion. But the ABC, they get another $1 billion every year of taxpayer funding. This is, it's not an accident. This is a pattern. These scandals, Rinehart, the wage claims, the fake gunshots, they're not isolated. They fit this long running pattern that we've already exposed, we've already talked about on the slippery slope. The ABC pushes ideological narratives. It selectively reports facts. It protects certain political agendas, political groups, while attacking others. It refuses accountability until forced by public pressure. And it manufactures drama when reality doesn't fit their story. And it uses taxpayer money to promote activism instead of journalism. This is not a public broadcaster, this is a political machine. And why should we Australians pay for it? The ABC is supposed to be impartial, it's supposed to be factual, trustworthy, and accountable. It's none of these things. Instead, it's become partisan, ideological, careless, hostile towards any dissenting voices, and willing to manipulate footage to push a narrative, to push the narrative that they believe in. And Australians, we are forced to fund it whether we like it, whether we agree with its contents, or whether we don't. So, this is the core issue. Why should taxpayers be forced to pay for a broadcaster that spreads misinformation, that spreads lies, that manufactures scandals, and acts as a political actor rather than a neutral public service? Remember, the Bible says in Isaiah 59:14, it says that truth has stumbled in the streets and honesty cannot enter. This is where I think Australia is at the moment. Truth has stumbled in our streets. Truth is hard to find on the streets of Australia, whether it's in the ABC, the corridors of the ABC, or the corridors of our parliaments. Truth stumbles within these systems. Honesty cannot enter. When institutions abandon truth, society, the whole of society suffers. When leaders ignore accountability, remember, we have a prime minister at the moment who will not be held accountable for anything he says, well, then corruption grows. When media becomes propaganda, the public becomes misinformed. So the ABC has stumbled and it keeps stumbling. Once a national broadcaster decides it can push false narratives, silence opposing views, smear individuals without evidence, and I mean, Gina Rinehart's just fortunate that she is wealthy enough, obviously wealthy enough to fight back, to push back against it. Unfortunately, you have a lot of Australians who cannot do this. So you've got this national broadcaster that's decided that they can smear individuals, even the filthy rich ones. They can manipulate footage. They can manufacture gunshots to imply wrongdoing. Then the slope becomes steep. Because if truth is optional, propaganda becomes inevitable. And that's why defunding the ABC is not extreme, it's responsible. Australia deserves a media landscape where truth matters more than ideology. No matter what you believe, regardless of whether it fits your personal ideology, your personal belief system, Australia deserves a media landscape where truth matters. As always, this is just my opinion. I'm still Jay Fallon, and thanks for listening to the Slippery Slope podcast.
They just fuel a desire that will take me higher. I'm on fire because nothing's gonna